to Buffalo Fire Headquarters. We just told you about this story, a fatal fire last night in Buffalo. Fire Commissioner Garnell Whitfield is making a statement right now. We want to check in and see what it is he's saying about what happened.
Something you can hook a hose into and have your water there?
Right. That's typically in a building that would be sprinklered inside. We would be able to access the pipes on the outside, hook up to them, and push water up through the building.
Now, this is a rather old building. Is that why it doesn't have these modern-day features, which, of course, you couldn't build a new building without, right?
That is correct. The building is up to code. It is an older building and does not have a standpipe.
And a lot of people out there might think, or wonder, when you have if you acquire an older building like that, do you have to retrofit it in any way, or no?
Not unless you're doing a certain percentage of renovations in the building. Then we can, bring to bear the newer codes or whatever. But if that is not the case, then the building is grandfathered in its current condition.
Commissioner, can you tell us the passed away? Was he smoking at all? Was he on oxygen?
We're not sure of that. That's part of the investigation. Fire marshals are still conducting their investigation at this time.
Is this being looked at as a suspicious fire at all?
We look at all fires as suspicious until we ascertain the cause and origin.
Can you tell us exactly what were the challenges in battling the blaze last night?
Well, it was a large building. Had a number of residences in it. Obviously, the lack of a standpipe. All of those things contributed to being a very labor-intensive operation. The residents had to be evacuated from the building, sequestered in a safe area. We had to, get to the scene of the fire. We had to carry equipment up the stairwells, hoses and pump water up to the fire. So it was very, very, very difficult.
We also understand it was maybe a bit of a challenge getting the victim out. So can you tell us about that as well?
Well, the victim was unconscious, so anybody that's unconscious, it's very difficult to move them under any circumstances. The victim was a large person. It took several firefighters to get him out.
Have you encountered this type of situation before, and what's the protocol that you go through when you have this kind of situation?
If you're referencing the apartment building?
Both that and maybe the size of the individual or anyone, the victim.
Okay. Well, we're prepared to respond to most emergencies within our community. The men and women in the department train on a daily basis, different types of responses to different types of scenarios. So they're well trained in responding to these kinds of events. In terms of larger persons, we do have some specialized equipment that we have brought on board with the Buffalo Fire Department as well as Rural Metro to carry a larger, victims.
I remember that building had another fire.
Commissioner Whitfield will continue with the press conference, and we'll have the very latest for you tonight on News 4 at 5 and 6. Teresa, back to you.
All right.